Traders, welcome back to another tutorial about volume profiles. As always, I'm your host, Steph, and you can watch all of the videos I've recorded on the official TradingView YouTube channel, where we have nearly 250,000 subscribers and several hundred educational videos, because today we are covering a famous and well-known tool called the fixed range volume profile. Now I'm going to go ahead and click this tool and just show you a demonstration of what's possible by clicking a starting point and an ending point and instantly getting a volume profile that is fixed on the points that I selected and shown to me on the chart, just like this. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this tool and walk you through all of this once again in great detail, because ultimately, if you're watching this video, you're interested in learning about markets and getting better at TradingView. So it's important to know that the fixed range volume profile is also considered a drawing tool. So you can actually find it in the forecasting and measurement tools section as well. Now follow my directions here. It truly is as simple as clicking the tool, and you can see here it's been activated because it's highlighted blue. And now we just simply need to click at a starting point. Now we are looking at a chart of MicroStrategy at the moment. This chart is pretty interesting because it holds a significant amount of Bitcoin. Look at the price action here. Why don't we calculate a volume profile since this move really started at the lows here in September all the way to the current price? So first we clicked our starting point. Now we're going to click our ending point, and the volume profile instantly shows up on our chart. Now you may have noticed that these are two separate looking volume profiles, and that's because the TradingView platform will remember the settings of the fixed range volume profile that you're using, whether you're using it from the indicators, metrics, and strategies menu, or whether you're using it from the drawing tool menu. So check this out. We're going to draw another fixed range volume profile. It looks slightly different. But the point here is very important, and that is the simple fact that you can also have multiple fixed range volume profiles on your chart to measure multiple starting points. Now, actually, what's really interesting about this exact example is our first volume profile with the green bars here shows a point of control at about 387. We then zoomed back to this point here. Let's see exactly which date that is. It's about Monday the 5th, August 2024. And pretty fascinating to see our point of control is still at that same level, which means a significant amount of trading volume has occurred right here at this level in both of these points in time with different starting points. Now that's pretty insightful because guess what? Look where the price action is right now. So it is quite literally in a battle at this point of control with two separate points in time. Okay, let me back up because that's a lot of information, but I think the point stands, and you're probably understanding the power of this tool, is that you can draw a fixed range volume profile anywhere you please on the chart. And you can run through all of the different asset classes available to you on TradingView and calculate a fixed range volume profile. So now we're on Bitcoin, and let's go ahead and click from this candle here to the current price. We've got a fixed range volume profile. Why don't we even go to a futures market like the S&P 500 E-mini futures? Let's click our fixed range volume profile. How about this low to the near current all-time highs? We've got ourselves a fixed range volume profile. So you are learning rather quickly how you can use this tool across all asset classes. Now the key is we definitely want to discuss why this tool matters and how you can use it with its advanced settings. So staying on this chart of the S&P 500 E-mini futures, let's talk about how we can customize this tool to fit our exact needs for what we might be looking for. Let's go ahead and zoom in to a 5-minute chart. Let's try to look at the price action on a very zoomed in time frame, because perhaps we're thinking of placing a specific trade within this short time frame mindset. So what we're going to do here is click the 5-day marker down here at the bottom, get exactly 5 days. We're going to just zoom out a little bit here to give us some room. Now we're going to go ahead and click the fixed range volume profile. And let's start from this point in time, just about 5 days ago. Let's go to our current point and click. And now we've got a volume profile calculated for us right here on the chart. Now this is super interesting. I actually was not expecting this in this tutorial. If, for example, I was thinking of placing a trade, and remember, this is all for education and informational purposes, but if I was thinking of placing a trade at this specific level, well, if we zoom in now, look at this. The point of control is right here, once again, at this exact price level. So should I force a trade into this market at this point in time, or should I wait a bit for some kind of resolution? Maybe it breaks to the downside. Maybe it really breaks up to the upside and goes to all-time highs above these levels. I essentially now have this information to work with and improve my decision making. Now, it's also important to know that you can visualize this on the chart like I am, and I'm going to walk you through how these tools work. Now, if you're familiar with our volume profile tools, everything that I'm about to explain in the settings menu of the tool is quite similar to the other volume profile tutorial videos that I've done. So let's take a step back though and review those so you know how to use these features as you get started. Okay, the first thing is once you have your fixed range volume profile on the chart, go ahead and click. As you can see here, we have inputs, style, and coordinates. Now, the coordinates are quite unique and effective in the case of the fixed range volume profile because you can specifically identify where you want the profile to start. So let's go now to inputs and just review a few things. First of all, we've got rows or ticks per row. That is essentially you telling the TradingView platform how do you want to view the bars here, or essentially the rows. These rows, as you know, are showing how much volume occurred at each price level. You can see the volume in these little white letters here, and you can see the price on the price scale like you're used to. So you know from this point in time where we clicked to start the tool, all the way to this point in time where it's trading at this very moment, that we can see that this price level of about 6,000 is where the most volume has occurred. You can see the number right here. Now, we have full control, though, on how we want to see these volume rows or volume bars. I sometimes use the words interchangeably. The key here is that if I double-click, I'm going to go ahead and go to ticks per row, which is just measuring transactions. Now, I'm going to greatly enhance that to 200. I'm going to wait a second for it to expand, and you can see now we're really zoomed in. If I go back to number of rows and instead now go to row size, say 400, what I'm going to do is make this even more granular. Or, for example, if I don't just want to see volume, I also want to see the up-down volume, I can select up-down. Now, not only do I have the volume bar showing me how much volume occurred, but I can also see the up volume in green and the down volume in red. Also, I have this capability to do a value area volume. Well, this is quite easy to understand if you look at this shaded area. It just looks like it's a little faded, right? Also, there's a faded shaded area up here at the top as well. Everything in here now is really brightly colored. Well, that's my value area. Why is it my value area? Well, I have essentially told the fixed range volume profile to show me 75% of all the trading volume. If I want to narrow this down and zoom in to just 10%, watch how this changes. Oh, that is a very narrow area. Now it's just 10% of the traded volume. That means I'm purposely trying to see where the majority of volume is within this specific period of time. The choice is ultimately yours. I'm going to go to 80. And let's watch it change. There we are. Now you may be noticing these blue lines at the top and bottom and the point of control. Now the point of control, as explained, is essentially where the majority of the volume is occurring. We can see that here with POC. If I uncheck it, you'll notice the white line disappeared. Let me also remove the developing point of control, the developing value area. Let me remove all of the lines. Let's really start from the beginning. So as you can see here, we've got our volume, fixed range volume profile. And let's actually even make this a little bit bigger so we can see the values. Let's see if 50 will do it. We might want to zoom in a little bit more, or spread out there we go. Perfect. Now what we've done is we've made the rows essentially larger because now we only want to fit all the data into 30 rows. So if we counted all these rows here, we would reach 30. And that's just a reminder of, you see the values here in white? If we uncheck this box, they disappear. If we check it, they're back. We can change the color as we see fit, depending on the type of chart we're looking at and the color, look, and feel that we wish to have. Now, in addition, it's important to remember you can put these on the right. So now I've got on the right here or on the left. It's quite common to have these fixed range volume profiles on the left so you can see it quite easily with the current price and the the price scale right here as well. Now your up value, down, your up volume, down volume, value area up, value area down are just like I was describing earlier. You get to control the color of these areas. So your up volume here it is down here, falling outside the value area, down volume. This is the red part falling outside the value area. And your value area is the intensely shaded region. So let's even change the colors here if we wish. We can do this and this if we wanted to make some sort of cool combination of colors. And now you can see that our eyes are really focusing in on the value area. Now recall the value area and value area low from previous videos is rather easy to understand, but for those who are new to the tool looking to learn more, this white line is just telling me this is the top of the value area that I've defined in my inputs, and this other white line is the value area low, which I've defined in my inputs at 80% value area volume. Now you can have your value area high, on or off, your value area low, on or off, and you can have them both on or off as needed with full customizations over the color, look, and feel of these lines that you need. You can see the colors changing right up here. Let's just go to white. Point of control. I've already explained that, but this is essentially the capability for you to look at the area that has the most trading volume at a specific price. I've made it this, let's make it a really can't miss yellow line going through the chart. You simply can't miss it. And actually, as I'm recording this video, how interesting is this? Wow, look at this candle printing here. The bulls are winning. It is now breaking above this point of control. Now keep in mind, this video is about 10 minutes in. I'm on 5-minute candles. So I probably started this video right around here, and well done, bulls. You are currently taking control of this market based off of this fixed range volume profile that I've drawn. Now I'm going to double click again here and just remind you the developing point of control is how you can watch the point of control develop over time. Same with developing value area. You can see the value areas develop over time. So these are the value areas moving with each new piece of information over time. Now, lastly, what's quite important here is just to remind you all that you can enter your fixed range volume profile settings at any time and do all of this data as you see fit. Customize this tool to fit your exact needs. So this is the fixed range volume profile tutorial video to get you started. You now have the data and the educational resources right in front of you to get started. And on a final note, what makes this tool quite important and quite powerful is the aspect that you can draw multiple fixed range volume profiles as needed on the chart to measure multiple points in time and even do your own form of multiple volume profile analysis over different points in time, just like this. Now, this is a little hard to see. I'm not totally sure what information you might glean from this, but the beauty of the fixed range volume profile is that it is a drawing tool that you probably come to know and love. So at any point in time, just click to get started. And it is easy, fast, intuitive, and just wonderful to work with if you love volume profiles and studying the trading volume at key prices. Let's come in and check on this chart here as we wrap up. Rather interesting. The point of control level that we were marking out is really favoring the bulls at this point in time. So as always, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, write any comments or questions below, and remember, in our Help Center, we have countless educational resources for all traders and investors. Please go check that out and give it a read because, for example, if you go to Indicators, Metrics and Strategies menu, Fixed Range Volume Profile, click the tooltip, you're going to be able to read about this tool and watch this very video that you're watching. And this applies to all of the tools in our Help Center. Thanks so much for watching. We hope it helps you get started.